After Qian entered the barrier, Qian looked at the scene before her eyes, her face filled with shock. It was a huge palace, and everyone who entered stood silently in the open space in front of the palace, sensing the powerful spiritual energy fluctuations inside. It proved that this was indeed a cultivator's dwelling, but Qian's face was a little ugly at this time, feeling that the palace in front of her was extremely gloomy, and she advised Chen Mo not to go in. Chen Mo knew that it wasn't that Qian was afraid, but that she felt the soul pressure from a high-level cultivator, signaling her not to worry. He had everything under control, but the palace was wrapped in a layer of formation, and everyone was helpless. Chen Mo stepped forward and smiled, telling them to move aside. Then, a burst of spiritual energy was unleashed. A gap suddenly appeared in front of the palace. Everyone followed Chen Mo in, and this palace was just a gate. After entering the palace, it was a different world. Not only was the space wider than the outside, but the concentration of spiritual energy was thousands of times higher. Qian beside him closed her eyes, absorbing the rich spiritual energy here, even feeling a little sleepy. Fortunately, Chen Mo reminded her in time to continue following him forward, and she recovered. The martial artists who were already cross-legged in cultivation advised the two to cultivate quickly as well. Chen Mo sneered in his heart. The rich spiritual energy here would definitely give birth to some powerful life. It was impossible to cultivate peacefully. As soon as the thought fell, there was a loud bang, as if something had fallen to the ground. It turned out to be a super-sized rat that had absorbed spiritual energy and become an essence. Nai Qian looked horrified, asking Chen Mo what kind of monster this was. Chen Mo explained that it was originally just a small rat, nourished by the spiritual energy here. It evolved into a monster. This demon rat suddenly erupted and rushed towards everyone. Spiritual energy gathered in Chen Mo's hand. He blasted the huge demon rat away with one punch. The other martial artists showed gratitude to Chen Mo, their faces filled with the joy of surviving a disaster. Then they charged towards the demon rat. But Chen Mo didn't want to waste time here. After all, he didn't know when the Void Mountain would close, so he reminded Qian to follow him quickly. Qian pointed forward, saying that many people had run towards a stone tower, but they were blocked by a group of armored puppets, and this group of armored puppets actually all exuded the aura of Grandmaster level bodyguards. Chen Mo guessed that they should be the guardians of the stone tower. Before he could act, these puppets had already been taken care of by other martial artists. However, Chen Mo was not in a hurry to go in. He sensed a very strong spiritual energy fluctuation inside, accompanied by a burst of death energy. Sure enough, the martial artists who rushed in first were scared and fled in a panic, shouting that there were ghosts inside. At this time, Chen Mo smiled at Qian, signaling that she could go in now. The first floor of the stone tower was a place to put sacrifices. Arriving on the second floor, Qian was very strange. How could it also be empty? Chen Mo told her that this was where the sacrificed souls were. Then he said faintly towards an open space, "Come out, don't hide." Suddenly, a transparent ghost suddenly appeared, scaring Qian to sit on the ground. The ghost looked at Chen Mo and asked, "Are you a survivor of the Great War back then?" Chen Mo followed his words to get information. "How long has that Great War been?"